Dude, his hat just rolled off. Oh my god.
Just like the, like,
What is this?
Just acting shady over here.
Oh my god, dude. That was one of the best things I've ever seen.
If you just hold the camera still.
Yeah.
I'll just do like
yes.
the pan with like the
Yeah. I'm ready. Oh my god.
Hold on, let's see. That was like a literal perfect recreation of Did you get the shot?
I got it, dude. Oh my god, you.
It's like somebody get that. I want to dress as I've got an old person fucking get up. I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna do that. Dress as an old person, just like pretend to be passed out, but just like on the horn, like just doing donuts.
Dude, wow, that's like the most incredible non sequitur to throw in there. Like just bam.
Great.
What's your name?
Tome,
Lionizia.
Lionizia, nice to meet you.
I'm Chachi.
Chachi, nice to meet you.
Please never never stopping on that. Yeah.
These are normally parked at the Steam Temple, so.
Oh.
Come Steam.
The Steam Temple. I'm coming.
Yeah, we're like
Main stage.
Does that mean there's like steam in there?
Steam, cold plunge, cold water beds.
Holy shit.
They'll have like a little live stage, maybe some acoustic stuff. I might get a little trippy. I got a looper.
Steam, dude. I'm fucking in.
Dude, and it's such a faster shower than
Yeah.
waiting.
Oh,
I just
totally.
waited an hour just to get into a shower, and I was just like,
shit.
dude,
Okay.
what the hell?
Just steam it out. That's
just steam.
cleaner, dude.
Just bring your stuff, shower it up. Takes
Yeah.
like 2 seconds.
Okay.
We can fit 30 people in there.
I think I've seen this once at Unison.
We were at
Same
Unison.
thing? Yeah.
Although we're not having any orgies in there this time.
Did that happen?
Apparently it happened. This is before my time.
Okay.
I was like, maybe we want to keep people clean, not getting dirty, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, Steam Temple. Okay.
Yeah.
That was the best way to wake up. Like, I'm so grateful
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
Like,
Come over. We'll get you a weekend pass, you know? You're just set for the weekend. So again, we probably won't leave until Monday or Tuesday.
Okay. That's pretty dope. Well, how much are the passes?
It's $40 for a pass.
Oh my god, there's just multiple of these things?
Yeah, they have sex and then we have to go pick them up. Fucking litters are insane. I swear to God, try having 9 of them pop at you one time. One's trying to raise up your arm, out your back. You're trying to sit there up your legs. You're, come on, zzz, out. You know, like, it's pretty hard. But they're little rascals when you get them.
Yeah.
They're cuties.
I kind of want to see the moon stage.
Boom.
You want to go?
Boom.
Yeah.
Bros.
All right. All right, let's do it.
Stay passed out like that. That's great.
Yeah, bro. We'll see you later.
Damn. What a way to wake up. Like, literally. Okay, yeah. Twerking in the morning.
Woke up like this.
Woke up like, you just woke up like this? That's just how Indigo wakes up.
It's true.
Just popping like this in the morning.
You gotta get that good hip circulation in the morning, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, just work it out. You gonna be dancing today? Is this the day?
Yeah, baby. All 3 nights.
All 3 nights. Damn. Who you got? I gotta put you in my schedule.
Oh, yeah. Illo. I'm dancing for Illo, and it's gonna be sick.
Illo.
Let's get it.
What time?
7:30ish. I
What
think I go
stage?
on like main stage. I go
Main
on.
stage 7.
I go on around like just like before 8. I think. I'll give you.
Okay. I need that info. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for holding down the sacred fire all night last night. Saw you over there.
Yeah, we need to bring some Max Ribner. What?
I don't think Ryan made it from the airport last night.
What? Really?
Yeah, dude, he couldn't find a ride. Like he called me around 7:30 and said he hasn't found wasn't finding a ride.
Wasn't finding a vibe?
A ride. You know he's always the vibe.
Always finding a vibe.
He is the vibe.
He is the vibe. Right, we miss you.
We do miss you.
Aw.
Okay, I'm just gonna look at what time I performed tonight.
Yeah.
I only have 1 performance, which is kind of simple and nice.
Yeah, once you let me grab my phone. I need
Yeah,
to
no
like
worries.
actually write it down.
Yeah, baby. Thank you.
Did you hear they have a steam temple? That's awesome.
Like the sauna?
Yeah, that sounds nice. I think I might drop $40 on that. That sounds for the whole weekend. Because then you could just do that instead of showering. It's Luke Rain, dude. Luke Rain has entered the chat, and he's never left. To be honest, he's been there. He might be Luke Rain,
Right.
but he's really here, rain or shine.
I'm like, is it ILLO?
Look at this. Okay, anatomy of a festival tent. We've got a very well organized situation
So
here.
organized.
Yeah, we've got like a
Color-coded.
place for everything, and it's very wow, this blanket though. That's
This blanket
a
is
choice blanket.
vibe. I slept at the exact same rest stop I slept at a year and a half ago at the border of Arizona and New Mexico.
Okay.
Last time I was on my way to Serenity, where I saw you the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought a couple of these style blankets. And then this time I slept there again on my way to Sedona to hang out with Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor, dude.
And I bought
Shouts
3
out.
more blankets.
Yo, that though, that's like probably the dopest. Like, this is very royal. Like,
Yeah, right.
wow. It's
So
like
comfortable.
royal, like Aztec though. It's like, or is that what I'm thinking? Navajo
I
pattern?
mean, yes, and.
Pendleton, yeah. But more than no, that's like that's like that pattern that like is the birth of creation. You know, it's like there's some deep patterns in there.
Yeah.
You guys are doing great.
You're
You're doing so good. Like,
You're amazing. I love you.
I love you too.
So glad you're here. So glad to be camped with you.
Dude, Luke Rain. Luke motherfucking rain or shine. Stand divine.
Oh, I love that.
Look at that. Mwah. Damn. So yeah, this is sort of the waking up at a festival thing. You know. Please decode the meaning of chi in your language.
Ooh, it's like he.
Okay, so it's an analog to he.
Mm-hmm.
A synonym.
Yeah.
Are there other like, if we were to go deeper into the etymology of chi?
Mm-hmm. Chi-chi.
Chi-chi,
Chi-chi.
aka chi-chi,
Mm-hmm.
like for the long form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my partner just like always said that chi-chi, so I just kind of like.
I love it. I have like a dear soul sister, River, and when she's really happy, she'll go gree,
Oh, really?
like Gree. So I love seeing these different dialects. Because chi was actually a new one. Like, I know chi as the sort of like, you know, in like Chinese medicine, that's like how the energy flows. But chi as a morning greeting is new for me. So,
Chi. That is funny.
forever changed.
Yeah.
Thanks
And it's
for
also
sharing
like
your
a-
language.
Like a. I don't know. What that would be like a nervous habit maybe, like chi.
What do you do? What do you say when you're not nervous then?
Nothing. I don't know.
You just look deeply into the soul and you're
Yeah.
like, yes.
Mhm.
Good morning.
Oh yeah.
Good meowing. I'm into good meowing.
Yeah,
Okay, you've
that's
definitely been in the mystical yoga form before.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's for sure. Yeah.
Yay.
Meowgical.
My fellow cat creature over here. Well, chi. Do you have any morning sounds to add to the pot, Andy?
The first thing I say in the morning is fuck that shit.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then what do you do?
Then I walk over to
Like, and what? But when you say
My
fuck
avatar.
that shit, what is that?
could be everything. Everything. There's so many shits to say fuck that to in today's world. It's like if you don't wake up starting the day by recognizing that there's something to be out there that you should be saying fuck that to. So that's my morning. Could be fuck that shit. Could be whatever it is going on politically, globally, locally, mentally, physically. Could be your neighbors. Could be the bird chirping too loud. It could be Palestine at war. It could be, you know, the ocean trash. It could be the forest. You know.
Dude, so you
Be-
get
be
that.
forest.
So you
It
get
could
that
be
big
anything.
like fuck all the like fuckable things out of the way.
First thing.
Then like once that layer has been like acknowledged, like, is there a place for like love that shit?
Yeah.
Is there a place for it?
Absolutely. Directly after you recognize all the negative, you've removed that from your, you know, sphere for the day. Then you can let the love in. But you always have to recognize what's going out there to cause you to say fuck that shit, or else you're not really living, man. You're only living half a life. That's what you see at High Vibe. Sometimes people on that only recognizing what's good. You got to recognize what else is out there. Yeah, but I love you, Derek. Thank you.
Dude,
Thank you
love
for
you.
being you.
And I actually think what you're bringing up is, I want to say sincerely, a really important thing. Since we're at High Vibe Fest, I think the creators would probably agree with this, I would hope, but it's really not about high vibes only. It's about, I like to say, wide vibes.
Wide vibes?
Yeah.
I love that.
Let's go full spectrum here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Full spectrum
Because
vibes.
full spectrum vibes is a little, full spectrum, because you can't, and actually Luke Rain and I talked about this a lot last year. The truest, most beautiful vibration is just authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
To
Whether
quote
it be
Luke
good-
Rain over here, authentic vibes are literally that is the highest vibration. It's not about hype.
Or masking it.
Right, masking it.
Mm.
A lot of people mask.
Highest vibe is the real, true vibe.
Yeah.
I think I got my nose in there.
Yeah, dude, this is like the widest angle lens ever. So it's that one of those like things they used in like skateboarding videos where it's like super
Like the fisheye lens, dude. 360, bro.
Whoa, yeah, it's like that. Anyway, no, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's important perspective to keep in your heart and mind. Acknowledge where you're like hurting. Acknowledge where you're sad. Acknowledge where you might be mad. And then you can go directly from there to being actually glad. Like, not just in the pretension of chi. Although I love saying, dude, for real, chi. Like, wait, I might have to fart. Sorry if that's like weird. There it is. Part of my morning, you know, that's actually celebratory. And luckily I'm with like such good people out here that I don't have any fear of farting in front of them. That's the sign that you're in like real good authentic fam. You're just like, yeah, we can be ourselves. Oh my gosh, I'm still that was my literal roll out of bed. You know, and your voice is still transitioning and everything.
Oh shit! Hey.
Oh man, that's one of the things like for day one. This is not day one, this is day two. Sorry. Of a festival, but you're kind of just like in this continual flow of running into the most incredible humans that you've met from all sorts of walks of, journeys through the sort of, I'm trying to pick my words with precision. I was about to say conscious new earth community, spiritual community, but I think we need a good name, to be honest, for what this is around the country. This like web of people that are just so in the deep work of the heart, of their life, of their psyche, as well as like there's this Venn diagram I want to draw. It's like people that go to festivals, people that go to, ayahuasca ceremonies, people that regularly go to ecstatic dance, people that attend workshops and transformational experiences, people that believe in, that go deep with mysticism, people that fuck with consent culture, people that, I guess just are really heart forward, like noticeably in the world, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody's like that. Sometimes there's that one person you meet out on the town when you're not in this whole culture. you're just like going to bars, things like that. Almost nobody here drinks alcohol. That's another thing. People do partake in things like mushroom medicine and other things, but it's more about deepening the consciousness, deepening the presence, not getting slurry and numbing. And there's not this like what I would call sarcasm or sarcastic, like, yeah, fuck it and that's it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm just trying to get fucked up. Like, nobody says that. People are like trying to be mindful about their words. That's a whole part of the culture, is like to actually call things in that you want for a healthy life, to be someone who can contribute and serve the world. Service oriented people. That's another word that comes up to describe this culture here. Anyway, again, like, as I step deeper into telling the story of what is happening here in this fabric of people that you keep seeing. I mean, it's like, it's a small and big culture, to the point where you run into each other all over the country, from, you know, Boulder, Colorado, to Sedona, to Los Angeles, to Seattle, Portland, you know, Salt Lake, whatever. There's all these, and there's lots of, like, in most major cities, you can find them. Fastest way I found, just go to Ecstatic Dance. That's a good starting point, and then from there, just like have your heart open, be ready to be a little uncomfortable, because people are really vulnerable. But if it's for you, it's just gonna be like, oh my God, where have y'all been hiding all my life? This is my fam. And at first it can be intimidating to just like dive into the squishiness of it. Oh dude, brother Ezekiel's just cruising like a boss. Look at this, epic. And Daniela, two angels. I had the best drop in with him, just about this new paradigm of conscious relating that's springing up, different models of. That's another thing. And I'm not saying this now to like label brother Ezekiel actually, but just in general, there's like, rather than just the like normative ways of just like hyper monogamous relating, there's different forms of. There is full-on polyamory, polycules, those things. That's a whole other scene, right? There's the different realms of relating. But people are finding ways to not live in this codependent, like just two people getting super codependent in the suburbs or in an apartment, and not really having community in their life. There's a lot of like love. I didn't plan to go off on this whole rant about what conscious community is, but here we are. I should probably get ready for the day. To be continued. Anyway, thanks for jumping in. I'm just trying to, like, for anyone that hasn't experienced this, kind of like bridge you into some of the things that this is.
You're here. You found where you're supposed to be.
And you find it at festivals. But it's not like everyone at a festival is there for those reasons. There are people that just like did come to get fucked up. That did come to. Once in a while you see someone drinking alcohol, but this is an alcohol-free festival, period. There just is no alcohol here. At least that's the rule, and I'm sure someone's sneaking it in their tent, but it's not out in the open. There is caffeine though. This is Runa tea. These are really good friends that made this, actually, from my brother who went to school with them. Yeah, I'm all about the guayusa. It's really nice right now. I should probably drop caffeine soon, but it does have good things in it. Like, there's like, I think L-carnitine and other things that are like good brain compounds, but I need to just stop talking and probably do some morning meditation. I'm just excited to be here. This is just me excited. This is, I set my tent up by the car like this.
That sounds like
Yeah, anatomy of a tent. I should show you my tent. It's not perfect yet. I think I might need to fart one last time. Yep. Twice. Cool. Alright. Well, I love you, even though I don't maybe know you yet. It is my mission to tell the true story, not like the like hyper edited thing. This is probably not for meme culture, for the people who are like swiping through TikToks constantly. I want to just like deep dive on the real lived experience of flowing through this culture, this people, and if you want to take a step deeper into it, what I believe is a prophecy. It's like a prophecy. It's like the Hopi prophecy. It's many prophecies converged that this group of people will really unite, rise together, and help evolve the consciousness of the world. I know it's easy to like look at this and almost want to label it a cult or something like that. Trust me, it's not. I grew up in a cult. It is a culture. Everything is some cult on some level. I had a talk with a soul sister last night about this, a really dear soul, and there's elements of it. We're all hyper aware of the fact that we're like, oh, careful, like always second guess when it's feeling like that we could slip into culty vibes. It's not that, because it's all about sovereign. Everyone has different points of view in mysticism. Some people, and it's not like labelable. Everyone's really down with this like sovereignty thing, but even so, people tend toward social cohesion with different sort of like ideas, right? Even consent culture, even those things is technically a culture that is like a collective agreement, collective orientation. Anyway, without going any further than that and dissecting every little nuance of what a cult versus culture is, I would say this is a really incredible group of people that are not forcing anybody into a box. It's a really sweet thing. It's a really sweet thing happening here. I can't even, and this is why I don't want to like just, some often you see festival videos and it's just this like chopped up thing where you see a bunch of dancing people, then you see a bunch of people crying in a circle, and like, yeah, like the guy with the tattoos on his arms weeping, like, whoa, and you can kind of interpret there must be deep transformation here. Then there's like a scene of, sensual ladies like adorning themselves with rose petals or whatever, it's like, it's these little snapshots. It doesn't go a layer deeper, and that's what I want to do here. Go many layers deeper. Best case scenario. BCS, let's go. Yeah, a little bit of sweet hyper positivity for you in the morning. Like, why not? Why not? There's so much hyper negative culture out there. Like, everything's probably gonna, that Murphy's Law vibe. I remember like growing up, and that was how all my teachers talked. They're like, we're fucked. But if that's all we say, then we will be fucked. Based on quantum physics, if you believe that the world's fucked, you will collapse the superposition of the infinite into a we're fucked scenario. So at some point you need to choose that, yes, we could be fucked, but here's how we're gonna unfuck the whole situation. While not alienating the pure version, the pure-hearted version of fucking on a sexy level. I mean it on the colloquial sort of like idiom of like we're screwed, we're bad. Isn't it funny that all our words for like disaster are like just the beautiful act of sex? We're screwed, we're fucked, we're maybe is that it? Is there more? I just think that's interesting that we've done that to language. Okay, this tea is really waking me up. I've been talking. So I'm gonna transition here. I love you. Thanks for listening. Thank you. Thank you for being curious. What? Yo, brother Kiyoshi. Yo. I'm just doing that morning sort of like little morning video journal. I was trying to like explain to the person that's like happening upon this culture for the first time. You ever do that? Dude. What's up, bro?
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Yo, good to see you.
How's everything?
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Dude, this old brother, you're gonna see more of this on the video.
Yeah,
This guy like bringing out some dope hip hop
Yeah.
flow. This is like the world of conscious hip hop, the world of like multi-dimensional hip hop. It's kind of this like, it's this magical place where that genre is evolving, and Kiyoshi's one of the leaders of that whole thing, like just through who he be.
Yeah.
I was trying to explain to like someone who's like diving into a video about a festival, like what this culture is. It's like, okay, it's the crossover of dance, it's, you know, it's consent culture, it's like mindfulness. We choose our words with like intention.
Awesome.
Hard to describe. Good morning, Kiyoshi.
Good morning, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, I sort of ambushed him there. I think he was just in his breakfast flow. Or sorry, his, you know, getting ready for the day flow. That's a whole thing I need to work on, because within the realm of consent culture, like filming can be vulnerable for people, you know? These wild ones. One of the most fun times is like the wake up. We should go say hi to the Sacred Fire team if they're awake. That's one of the crazy things about festivals like that. They keep the fire going. Like this brother was up at like 5 a.m. tending fire, and he's already like spry.
It's another best day ever to be alive.
It's the best day ever. Wow, dude, it's even better than yesterday.
I know.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. I didn't think it could get any better than yesterday until today happened.
Yo, it's true. It's true. It's actually true, though. It's true. It's true. When you know, you know. Yeah, the sacred fire was so beautiful last night. The energy that was cultivated. Man, Brother Josiah just holding it down. Literally until just like such a sincere energy, and yet so much play around the sacred fire last night. I hope you jump back to that footage. It's just from last night. And now people are just rising and like.
Can't wait to see it.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
It was like one of the most beautiful nights around the fire ever. But that's kind of just like how it is, like how we talk about it. It really can just get better and better if we let it, if we choose to. Like we can wake up and decide, like, I want this to be the best day of my life. This is going to be the best day of my life. And like it's really just making that decision. And then like making the decision and then believing. Actually believing it 100%. And then even beyond believing it, just knowing it.
Knowing it.
If once you're to the point of knowing every single day is the best day of your entire life, then you're set. Because the knowing is what sets the precedent for bliss. Because it's beyond the mind. You just know it's the best day. Because inherently every day is the best day. It doesn't have a choice but to be the best day of all of time.
What do you do when the best day ever like starts with this like? Oh, sorry. What do you do when the best? Good, thank you for your consciousness. What do you do when you state it's the best day ever, and then like your car doesn't start?
Right. Yeah. Totally. I mean,
you just like work that in.
Yeah. You have to work it into it.
Yeah.
You have to work it into it and realize that our ability to persevere through moments that challenge us, you know what I mean? Moments like that, our car's not starting. And even more so, beyond maybe persevering, maybe has this idea of persevere through it. It's like, just accept it. Well, maybe first accepting it, you know? And if we experience stress or whatever, to persevere through that. But to realize that without those opportunities to become self-aware of how we're actually feeling, beyond how we could think we're feeling, you know, because something like that happens and it almost our reaction to it is what is showing us our current state of consciousness.
Truth,
because of how we react to it shows us where we're at. So
Yeah,
then,
it cuts through.
you know,
Yeah,
it like
totally.
really shows
No,
us where we're at. Because if we're in our heart, we're gonna be like breathing and giving thanks for the challenge and the opportunity to like have to work out something that's hard, because that's always an opportunity to like hone the blade of who you are. You know what I mean? In that moment, to
Just
go
got
through
the
that
chills.
challenge,
Yes.
you know, it's like this ability to like upgrade every single time. And again, back to the knowingness. If we know that, that like without all the challenges we've experienced in our life, we actually wouldn't be who we are today. I wouldn't be me without losing my brother Malachi. Going through all the things, I wouldn't be who I am today exactly. I would be a different version of myself. But all of those hardest things that we went through defined who we are now and the beauty and the light that we carry. And yeah, it really does.
It does.
And it amplifies our ability to express that beauty and that love and that light. Because it's almost like when you're aware of the pain and the sorrow in the world and the suffering, when there's awareness of that, but without depression or like wallowing in it, because you can wallow in the sorrow and the angst of like how fucked up certain things are. Or a better tool would be us being aware of it, but choosing to love and choosing to be in joy anyway, and include that suffering into our place of joy and celebration. Include the fact that that is happening, the awareness of it, so that our compassionate and empathetic heart can be very alive throughout the experience of being joyful and ecstatic. Then like our joy and our ecstatic expression becomes a part of the prayer that is helping to alleviate that collective suffering. Because the better and better we all feel, the better I feel. You know, and it really though, the better and better human people feel, we're all connected, the better every single one of us is going to be able to feel.
Deeply true. Deeply true. And I think I've been trying to express like what this culture is that's here as I walk around in the morning, and this is a big part of it, is this deeply held belief that your transformation actually does truly give rise to the liberation of the wholeness of humanity. And this is another wild one that like brother Josiah is dropping here, is that to see the tough things that happen as opportunities to discover your strength, which is and the other trust that whatever happens is actually meant to happen in order, like set in motion by a deep divine power, or maybe even your future self weaving a breadcrumb trail for you along the way to create the most full version of yourself. Because you imagine it was nothing but ease, there's just like some pieces, some grit that is part of the depth of reality that you would miss out on. You'd miss out on that.
Yeah.
Like it roots you. It roots you.
We wouldn't be able to be as healthy and as strong. Because a part of those like processes and struggles and a part of that creates tension also inevitably creates strength. You know, as we get to process that like tension, you think of the idea of tension, or like but to an extent, like physically you think is like your muscles need to tense and contract to stay fit. You know, if we're always just loose and passive, our muscles wouldn't stay strong. And you know, so it's a funny like paradox, because you think of spiritually tension and you feel like, oh, I want to relax, you know, but then paradoxically physically you do need tension to stay healthy. So then maybe that physical awareness of that tension that is beneficial can be applied to that spiritual tension, and like the tension we experience is teaching us to breathe deeper, teaching us to relax deeper, and teaching us also to know when and how to sit up and be like solid. Even if there is tension, I'm learning so much about that. My back will be hurting and I'm experiencing all this pain, but I'm like, this is where I am. Like, I'm just giving it up. I'm offering it up. You know, like may my full acceptance of this pain that I'm experiencing also help to alleviate collective pain. As I, instead of choosing irritation and angst of the pain that I'm feeling, as I embrace it and love it fully, may that, like, the embrace of it be the prayer of, like, helping to, like, lift that energy for everyone who experiences pain.
Man, Brother Josiah, so well spoken. Thank you, because someone needed to hear that. Someone needed to know this is out there. There are people living this way, like choosing to see things that way. It's rare in this world of sarcasm, scars, like leaning into we're fucked versus like how do we actually like acknowledge where there's difficulty and like bring healing to the situation. Some other time, I'd love to just like, this is really for someone who's like, oh my god, I've never seen anything like this. Like, your path with just like, how do you and why do you actually love being in an active service and that's not just some corny bullshit that you do because your church can't told you to or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, someone out there's like, is that fucking real? Like, there's actually joy there. Anyway, we'll get there, but
we'll get there. I got my tea is done being heated, so I gotta pour it in my thing. But that was actually
dude.
This is a tight channel, bro.
You're a tight channel.
You're a tight channel.
We do that. We just like come together.
Your banda, your mula banda is tight.
Tight, yeah. I should loosen that. Huh?
Or wait, what was the word we just said? It wasn't tight. It was 2 seconds ago. You were saying something.
It was a tight channel.
It was a tight channel.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, tight.
Hey.
Oh man, dude, that was giving me this epic massage. This is one of the other things about this culture is that the men here are not
I gotta
fucking.
get my water.
Yeah.
From the.
Okay.
No. I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna totally support you in your flow right here. But thank you for taking a moment to share this for someone in need out there.
Yeah, as you were saying that, that's what this community needs, more massage work.
Well,
that sister who was like just walking by, like looked over and see her as she's walking by. I'm like, whoa, she like gave me a little bit of back love last night. Randomly. Like somebody who, as I'm giving you back love, it's like somebody last night who like randomly like rubbed my back. Like,
it's just showing
that
way that we all just like love to give to each other like that, and support each other in the moment that we can. Yeah, dude. Love
I'm just
you,
gonna
brother.
put water in my
do your thing. And I was just saying, like, there's real brotherly love in this community. Like, I know that when I was in my 20s, like in college, like, it would have been there's this sad thing where it's like somehow really considered weird. Sorry, a truck going by. Or a golf cart. Yeah, for some reason there was like a lot of homophobia in like the culture at the time and like in college and stuff like that. It was rare that just like, we got to experience real brotherly love. Like, it was always in this like hyped, tight, like needing to prove that, either be like hilarious all the time, quote movies, do that thing. And there wasn't this like, it would have been weird for a brother to just come and be like, see tension and massage you, because there's this fear around that. Somehow, like, that is something really unique about this community, is that there's really truly open and beautiful platonic touch, connection. So yeah, again, still trying to, for you, decode this, not just say conscious community or spiritual community, and for you to just know what that means, right? So like, I'm trying to think about how to share more about what this is for me at one person's perspective, but then hear from other perspectives, like Brother Josiah here, like, Brother Luke and other people. yeah, I know there's that temptation to like label this as a cult. It's not. It is a culture. It is like, everyone has a unique cosmology, and there's also shared cosmology. There's really shared ways we treat each other with respect. It's like kind of just comes down to love and respect and mindfulness. And I think there is a realm of like, that was not as graceful as I hoped, but yeah, there is a mindfulness practice that most people have of some kind. Yeah. Anyway, to be continued. We'll keep diving into this one. Brother Bear. Yeah, I say brother and sister a lot. It's kind of like, I don't mean to be like a walking spiritual meme or something, but it is really like, it's a sincere thing, It's like a sincere feeling of like, these are my soul brothers right here, on a real level. Good morning. Yeah, trying to like kind of decode this for someone out there. It's like, wait, are these people for real? Like, is this an authentic culture?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
In your authentic spiritual beauty.
Thank you, Bear.
And your gorgeous lion mane. And your gorgeous lion heart. This is not as authentic as it gets. For those who are wondering, yes.
Yeah.
Very, like, I think a lot of people see it as like, oh, we're letting go of the ego and we're like here, but the ego is so part of it. So like, if you think the ego can't be authentic, like we can be in our authentic beauty, in our authentic light, in our authentic expression with our ego, we need that ego to come through with authenticity, because we all have our own constellation, and that constellation also involves our ego, and we need it. So yeah, of course, it's not going to be light everywhere, it's not going to be perfect everywhere, but as much as we can, we bring that here. And especially in my soul tribe and my soul fam, Brother Lion and all our dear brothers and sisters, it's our goal, it's our utmost goal to see each other, to reach each other, to weave with each other in a truly authentic way. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to weave with each other in the way that we do. So it's really beautiful to step into that place where you allow yourself to, and this was the perfect place to do it, around beautiful people who are allowing you that space to be your authentic self. And it's beautiful. So for everyone who needs that medicine, come to the sacred fire and you'll find it, because the fire sees you. You can't lie to the fire, you can't be anyone else besides yourself to the fire, because Grandfather Fire sees you. He sees through anything that you've put up, any blockages, any walls, anything that isn't allowing that true authentic self to come out. The fire sees through that. So come to the sacred fire, any sacred fire. Start a fire in your house, start a fire at a campsite in the woods, and he'll see you. She sees you. So blessings.
That is Brother Bear. He goes by Bear. Wow. Just what a soul, right? What a ancient young soul. It's like Bear's an example. I love you, Bear. He walked off to fire tent, and again, these people are doing acts of service like this. These brothers brought all this wood to hold this special fireplace where people come to gather. And when he says sacred fire, what that is at a festival, it's like, it's not here. Sorry, it's so bright, it's probably hard to see this, huh? We don't change up the f-stop. Yeah, there we go. The Sacred Fire is a place where people just come from. There might be bass music, there might be, there's different wild expression, there might be workshops, but you come back to the fire to like lay down prayers, to sit and sing with people. Just anyone can throw a song in. It's not like there's a songbook. It's someone can just feel like called to share poetry. Oh my God. Wait, sorry. We'll come back to Sacred Fire. We'll come back to that. For now, though. You made it. Oh, man. Would you be open to hold it for a second? Thank you. Oh my God, brother. Dude. Wow. This is the second time I've just like happened to catch the moment.
Yeah.
At a festival running into you, right?
So good.
Dude.
Get the light on our faces.
Yeah. Brother Bear is just sharing some pretty deep share around like the Sacred Fire, what it is, like for someone who hasn't experienced this culture yet. We're just like, what is this place? And
what's going on
are
here?
people for real, or is this like a bunch of like kind of
just like confronting, like
So it's like it probably looks to some like this is like cult vibes, and I want to just like acknowledge where there are places that we get into social cohesion, but at the same time there's like so much fucking sincere depth, and like I think when I was in my 20s, like even just brothers like holding each other like this would be the homophobia at the time would like freak people out too much to even like experience what it is to just have deep love. And
I got a lot about the Sacred Fire to share. Yeah, so at Texas Eclipse Festival. On
this is Rye Seekins, by the way, like
Rye Jupiter Seekins.
Like mind-blowingly, this brother's like in his early 20s, along with Bear, who just spoke. Started. So like your generation, right? I don't think y'all's are trailblazers. Like, I'm 40 over here. Like,
wait, is Bear a painter?
He's like fire tending musician. He's like in the brown
Excellent. I've met him briefly before. Yeah. But on the Sacred Fire, a share from Texas Eclipse. It was the morning after Sunday night. The eclipse was coming in a couple hours. Clouds were rolling. I was up there for the dawn, and it was like grounding with some people. Everybody found their way off to Sacred Fire. And Texas Eclipse was this huge festival, 70,000 people, real sprawling. Campgrounds like 4 miles in each direction from the central area, and like lots of energy, lots of subtronics, EDM, like good stuff, but a lot of darkness in there too. And so some wonderful people ended up setting up a Sacred Fire. There was some indigenous presence there that came and brought like cornmeal and other little blessings to share. And we ended up spending like 4 or 5 hours there in the morning, watching the dawn and praying for the clouds to move along. And it was a really wonderful thing. I was there with Jonna and then my partner, and Chris and Noah had come with me. About maybe like 8 a.m. this matron comes up, like dressed in like a long blue dress, very regal, and she's like, hello, I'm looking for a goddess. I'm doing a Slavic water blessing ceremony in an hour, and I need another goddess. I have the dress and the flowers and everything. And then I was like, well, Jonna, and she's like, I would be honored. And so she takes her away, and she goes with the matron, and they'd never met before, of course. And then I'm chilling around the Sacred Fire, weaving some connections and giving my blessings. And the water's a really deep passion for me. I really believe we have the capacity to heal our waters, and I think that's so important that we need to expand our conception to include this capacity. To be a really positive part of life on Earth, and it really starts with the water in a lot of ways. She comes back 45 minutes later with like red roses in her hair and like a deep sky blue dress. And they go through this water ceremony and share about this goddess, Agadel, from the Slavic traditions, which we're talking like Russia, Yugoslavia, like that kind of central to northern Eastern Europe area. And a huge amount of that tradition was destroyed with like the Christian Crusades, like libraries burned and all that. This is what the matron was sharing, but she's held that knowledge for a long time.
Yeah. No, keep going.
It was so powerful, this story, this goddess. She's in the water. She's in every water. One of her like real powers is, and her hungers are for sadnesses. And she sees like you bring to her your sadnesses, like the things that bring you down, your burdens, and like in prayer you lay them at her feet. And you can do this in all kinds of ways. You can like find where they are in your body and pull them out and offer them to her. And she sees like the deeper your sadness, or like the harder the thing is, it's actually like the bigger sacrifice for her, the bigger blessing, the bigger gift. And isn't that just a wonderful turn, you know, because we feel so heavy with our burdens. Lion, you might remember a poem I shared. I think the first poem you heard of mine, that was like, burdens are treasures, I assure thee. So it was so cool to get to have this experience. And another major theme that was touched on was like our inner waters and healing our inner waters. And particularly for men, we have a lot of stagnation in our inner waters. And bringing in the stagnation of water that we can see in natural systems. You know, there's a lot of places where water becomes stagnant, especially in like modern drainage. And that stagnant water becomes anaerobic, you know, it's not oxygenated. You get builds ups of toxins and like horrible smells. And that's water that's not good to swim in, that's water that like hurts you. So one of the ways that men stagnate water in our culture is like not being able to cry. And so Jana and this matron and the other goddess that was with her, like we were walking around the circle of sacred fire and brought around flowers, blue bonnets from the local fields, and gave everyone a flower. And the matron came around with this bowl of sacred water, just water she had, and took the flower that each person was holding and dipped it in the water, and then like brushed it over the skin of the people. And it's kind of a celebration of sadness and also the purifying qualities of water, and like allowing that water to wash you clean. And it's like she was speaking like a relationship with Agadelphi helps all waters that you encounter to be cleansing and purifying, and you can feel refreshed. And then bringing in some science, you know, which I love. I've been learning more about the different phases of water and the structures internal to water, and like polarities very closely connected to this. And anyway, this has like a major role in how biology is able to become hydrated by water. Biodynamic farming does a lot of this through their like water formation structures. And they'll just have like fountains of like beautiful ways that the water will spin around and cascade. And like Western world has been familiar with the oxygenation of water for a long time. See, like all aquariums have like bubblers, and that keeps some movement in there. But there's something special about how they move around, and then how it's able to be accessed by biology due to that. And then like having this figure, Agadelphi, like look out for us, and as a vehicle for like people's consciousness to apply that focus to water and have that relationship with water, I think really is supportive of all those like cleansing and renewing and energizing things that water can bring. So to bring that all back to the sacred fire, again, this was like way off on the hill, a long walk from all this kind of dark, like all this energy, a little bit of darkness for sure, a lot of party, you know, and all kinds of people there, people who were very familiar with the sacred fire, people who like didn't notice the beautiful sculpture they were walking on, you know, like all walks. But they sat down, and the more time they spent, and the bananas that were given freely, you know, kind of shakes someone's mind a little bit when you find that generosity and that beauty, and you realize there's like nothing being pushed, and there's just like some sweet things going on here. So this has been the story of my relationship with sacred fire so far, and I think it was really cool to have a water ceremony there. You know, you have that, like those opposites.
Dude, wow. Ryan, thank you for sharing all this. Like, thank you for, you know, just sharing from the heart and decoding it, because I think we use these terms like everyone's heard it, like sacred fire.
Yeah.
You know, and people are like, what do they mean by that? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
But like you said, there's people like rolling into a festival that have just like gone to bush parties and raves and whatever,
Right,
and it's
yeah.
like, what is this? What are these things that we have come to be part, really central to the culture of whatever this community is? And that was something this video started with. Is like,
Yeah.
what is this called? Like, I think we don't really. Sometimes people say conscious community, spiritual community, these like broad terms, New Earth, Regenaissance. There's different words that people are trying to find. Ecstatic dance culture, consent culture. There's all these things, but
Benny?
yo, Benny,
Yeah.
what's up? Sorry, I just
Yeah.
kind of was like,
Do y'all know each other?
No.
What's up?
Hi.
Hey,
Yes,
Benny,
what's
what's up, brother?
What's your name?
Lionisia.
Lionisia?
Yeah.
Lionisia, nice to meet you.
Yeah, we were just
Dude,
having.
what a heart, man.
Yeah?
Feel you.
Yeah,
feel you.
yeah,
thanks.
we were just getting started. We met at the volunteer booth.
Okay, okay.
Are you familiar with Sacred Fire? Have
No.
you seen it before?
Uh-uh.
We were just talking about like what it's mean to us and kind of like how it strikes people.
Yeah.
If you have anything, if you're interested in sharing about like what even comes up when you hear Sacred Fire, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
I'm gonna grab some
Yeah.
water real quick.
Okay,
Just
okay.
right here.
Yeah.
Just for like, yeah, because this video was kind of for someone who's maybe never been to something like
Yeah,
this, and like
I haven't.
where people are just talking about Sacred Fire, we're like, what is that?
Okay.
You know, what's going on here in this whole culture that, for someone who's like, you know, are these people for real, or like what's the substance inside of it, or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's yours. Yeah. Well, I came by last night just for a minute, and I mean, obviously, I think it's like a communal space. Come be warm, just talk, get to know each other. When I came last night, I just came for a minute on my way back, but it's like people were saying prayers almost, and they just like releasing things into the fire, which I really liked. It can be like a lot of things. I think it's a lot of things for a lot of different people. I don't know what they all are. I'm here to figure them out, and yeah, I'm open and excited to learn.
Dude, that's what you find here. Thank you, Benny. Like, and you know, everybody here is just kind of in that open to learn and open to, you know, just deepen or be curious and be playful and see what's there.
I love the theme of transformation. You kind of said people love to release things into the fire. I think it's kind of an essential in the just like material reality of fire, and like that everybody can see when like wood's placed in there. It's like transforms into these like glowing carbon hexagons. It's ashes that fly up into the sky.
Dude, I love when you get nerdy like that, man. I just like I love this brother's scientific mind. Like that, just FYI, it's like this is he was a rocket scientist at Blue Origin, left that to go on this quest that he's now on.
To heal our waters.
Yeah,
To heal our waters. Thanks, brother. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Time to work down here. There's some great stuff about fire. I was in combustion devices, so the igniters of like liquid oxygen and whatever hydrocarbon we were using. And so fire with a wood fire I think is really beautiful because it's kind of like all this collected sunlight energy that the trees use to combine atmospheric oxygen to take that, like, you know, CO2, carbon dioxide. You know, they release O2, what's left behind, carbon. So they take that carbon and they integrate it into their skeletons, you know, literally taking carbon out of the atmosphere. There's some amazing studies about that. Really shifted my perspective. Like, if you have a tree in a bathtub on a scale, and you measure the water in and you measure the water out, and you watch the scale gets heavier over time. And it's not just the water hydrating. It's literally the biology taking carbon out of the atmosphere and setting it. You know, and this is a huge mechanism for everybody's focus on carbon in our atmospheres. Like, biology draws down carbon naturally, incredibly so. And anyway, fires release that, and you know how you have to get them started? You got to get enough heat going. There's like, that heat is vibration, right? And then there's kind of those bricks put together of those hydrocarbons built by the wood. There's like, that are shaken hard enough to aerosolize, to like break and then like pop out into the air. And then once their bond's broken, they want to react again. So that carbon reacts with the oxygen in the atmosphere, and that hydrogen reacts with the oxygen in the atmosphere. Actually forms H2O as part of one of the results of burning wood. So you get a little bit of water in the steam, you get water molecules flying up, and you get the ash that condenses is just carbon hexagons, like soot. And what you see is like, you know how metal glows hot after it's in a fire? And it's like radiating in the infrared spectrum. First you feel the heat, and then in the visible spectrum when you see red. It's actually when you see like the orange out of fires, it's those soot molecules, those like bunches of carbon radiating light because they're so hot. They're shooting out light in the visible spectrum. So that's what glows in a fire. But to bring it back to that thermal transformation, you know, everybody's seen how you put wood in there, but you can also put letters, you know, and just like see this get released. You know, it's not totally destroyed; it's transformed. And I think it's so powerful for people to be able to, like, because people carry so much, right?
Yeah.
In all kinds of ways. Like the body keeps the score. There's one of those. Just like people carry a whole lot, old memories, old traumas, things they wish they'd done differently. If there's somebody who did them wrong, you know, all that piles in, and that was a powerful vehicle to release that.
So, oh my God, so well said, right? Like, that's really, like, and I think that's how the Sacred Fire is often used here as a place to, like, just come bring your fucking real and raw. Like, it's okay to, like, just straight up shift from the joyful song into bawling your eyes out, like, crying, because you just lost a dear one in your life, and that's what's real, and that's what's raw, and offer all of these emotions to the fire. Maybe, you know, it could be great joy, it could be great pain, but it's a place where, like, deep realms of the heart are openly received and explored, and there's a notion on a mystical level that, like, the fire energetically, and for those of you that jump into the worlds of plant medicine, like some of us, probably many of us do, there's something you can feel with the fire's energy, and when it's held in a space that it's not just like a bunch of beer cans around because you're camping out, but it's actually like there's an intentional zone created. Like, you see what they've constructed here? Like, they've encircled this space, and like they spent days gathering this wood to make this manzanita wood, and so like, yeah, this is a space where a lot of energy is held. It's almost like the heartbeat of a festival often. So that's been the experience I had. Thanks for sharing, you guys. Like, thanks for like diving into this, because I don't know, someone out there needed to hear it, you know, someone else that just is like still trying to understand this, and maybe is like, oh shit, I'm totally going to one of these. Like, I'm catching the frequency. Yeah. And Rise, someone I hope you run into, because like
I'll be around.
Yeah, this brother's is like on a mission, and he'll be all over the United States coming to things like this, to different nodes, and goes deep on so many things with like eco-regenerative, like agroforestry, with like, you know, obviously everything from like combustion science to like, God, like probably you're like a pan-scientific, but also like pan-spiritual, mystical human with like a lot of heart. I hope you run into him, and you know, if you see him,
I got a vehicle for my work on the internet now.
You do?
Yes.
You want to share? Yeah.
Tree.
I know, Tree.
Yes. Well, the website's not live yet, but I have a blog, Rebuild the Ground, and a podcast, The Regenerative Mindset. And Rebuild the Ground's all about like ranging from motivational psychology to organic soil chemistry, you know, and all the mystical, spiritual energies in between. You know, this blog like endeavors to educate people who are interested in mechanisms of like local regeneration, so that we can like heal and save and even grow better than what was before in our local areas, from community to landscape, and then just like tie all those through lines together. And there's a couple of vehicles of collaboration. I'm really interested in continuing to build my crew of people, and like we work at farms and contribute our skills in those farms, and like share online so that other people can see what we're doing and the capacity for the earth to heal. And it's really about opening our consciousness to like not to believe that we can do better than being a less negative part of life on earth, but actually be a positive part of life on earth. Actually like step into our role as a keystone species and embrace our origin. And it's so beautiful. It's like the trees and the birds and the bees, all these things that we look at in majesty and deep appreciation. You know, that's our origin, that's our kin, and in fact, that's our nature. You know, and like we fit in harmony with all that. And like I truly believe even in integration of all this like radical world-shifting technologies that we've developed, that there's all those can come together to find that same like beauty.
Oh my God! Now that's touching an area that's very dear to my mind and heart, and we'll come back with like Brother Rye here because like both of us have this like connection to this vision where it's almost like a festival, except there's like all this like deep-hearted masterminding. There's unfortunately this is the word is like all mind, but it's actually very heart and spirit, and all of it together is like.
Right.
Imagine we came together this way, but we're like breaking into different areas and giant vision boards like rising out of the landscape around like different aspects of what we're calling in as a new earth. This goes back to the beginning of the video where we just talked about that part of the mind and heart where people wake up just saying fuck this place, fuck it.
I mean, it really hurts.
And it
hurts in all kinds of ways.
It does.
Headaches, tears, fear.
And so like acknowledging that there are some things that are super fucked, but like how do we unfuck that? Like how do we actually like create a North Star? And it doesn't happen without collective participation and like collective prayer and also vision. So this is a super fucking visionary of our time, like seriously like living visionary prophet in my book. I'm just gonna call him that or something, but I don't know what Rye is, but it's like something powerful. And I can't wait to get to know this brother right here.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. He's got this peaceful
I don't have that same. It's beautiful that your mission. You have this mission. That's kind of why I'm here. I'm kind of thinking more about what is it for me. What is my impact going to be outside of the normal thing? Something bigger, something deeper. I love what you said. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. Okay.
Really want to hear
For sure. Yeah, I want to hear.
Well. I've been on a kind of a spiritual journey, and I was kind of learning some stuff from different religions, and I'm just still learning. There's so much to learn. So,
dude, I so respect that. It's like it's the heart of a curious mind, like an ancient baby. Just tapping into that ancient awareness that recognizes something that like resonates as truthy. And the sincere curiosity that you have, I can see it in your eyes, like you're fucking present.
Yeah.
Presence, like these musings of the mind are beautiful, but it all comes back to presence. Like you have a lot of presence. You have like some very, very deep presence, Benny. Like I'm feeling that from you right now. Like, when someone's really present with you, their eyes are just right there with you, and then like the world kind of gets more saturated and energetically. They just like brought this medicine in. Like, I just woke up and had some tea, but I feel like this brother's making me feel a little bit high. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a little bit. It's like, whoa! I just like felt something. So
it's so interesting. Everyone has such an interesting energy and unique perspective, experience. There's something to learn from everyone. So that's what's fun about these places. Everyone expresses themselves in their truest form. I think that people are coming here in truth, mostly with good intentions, and that's what I like. So it's my first time to something like this. I've been to Burning Man twice, but that was the closest I got. So this is definitely different.
This is much more intimate. You're gonna like keep seeing the same people, deepening each time. There's something different about a smaller gathering festival like this. So I'm curious to keep touching in with you to hear about your like boots on the ground first time experience with this.
Oh yeah, we will.
Yeah,
we will.
You
For sure.
seem like really grounded in yourself in a beautiful way. Also, for me, like a big experience opening to this was like, wow, I really like this, but like, am I like good enough for this? Do I like fit in all the way? And like people love to see me. Can I greet them with the same exuberance that I see so many others doing? And I think really the answer is yes. And when you see when you know to yourself like the purity and like joy of the intentions and love that you're spreading, and like you can move with that in confidence and just like help everybody glow up so much. I mean, like, you'll see a lot of like connection here, and some of that is long, but also so much of that is short. And you just like, people just connect on similar energy and know what we're doing here together. I encourage you to like really allow that like love to radiate and know that you're worthy and wanted here, you know, like all of your unique gifts.
That's so sweet. And the way that you greeted me, we just met about 30 minutes ago, not even. And the way that you greeted me was so open and friendly and loving. I really liked that.
Thank
So
you.
made me feel comfortable. And, you know? Yeah.
You say
that's nice.
verdantly loving?
Oh,
What?
nice
Is that what I
heard.
heard? Yeah, I don't know
What
if
did
that's
I
what
say?
you said. I was like,
That's
wow,
what
did
you
you say
heard.
verdantly loving? I was like,
Verdant? No.
I was like, oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
you just dropped verdant in there? Like,
Verdant's great though.
I don't know that about
It
that
means like very
vernacular.
green, often used with early spring.
Verdant.
Verdant, as in
Verdant.
like verde in the Spanish
verdant.
for green.
Okay.
Verdant.
Yeah. Verdant.
Yeah.
heck yeah.
It is very green here.
Yeah,
I love where we are too. The air is so clean.
You're so
It's like-
clean.
And you got me grounding. I saw this guy walking with no shoes on. And I'm like, I gotta get back to the grounding. What am I doing with my freaking sandals on, blocking those electrons? You know?
Yeah.
Can't be blocking those.
Yeah, no,
That's
you
that
can't.
natural energy, medicine.
Yeah, for sure. Electromagnetic.
Yeah, I
It's a
recently found out.
Whole
about
trip. I've been crazy into like the cellular manipulations of electromagnetism, and like there's a ton here. Like I'm still working on my synthesis, but like to a great degree, we manipulate electromagnetism inside of our body for like the transmission and like transportation of metabolites. That is like all the molecules and endorphins that like help our systems run and regulate us. Magnetism is like very important for life. I won a cool demonstration lately from my like favorite advanced eco-agriculture people. It's like really healthy plants in dusty environments will polarize their leaves in an intelligent, adaptive way to the electromagnetic signature of the dust particles in the air, which are often electromagnetically negative. So they'll like overcharge their leaves to be positive to repel the dust on it. Crazy. Incredible. Like little magnetic protective fields. And like, you know, and those are only like by Western techniques only detectable to like, you know, a couple centimeters.
Oh wow, so they can detect way out.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, imagine the dust is falling on the leaf and it's like, you know, it's really light and it's moved mostly by air, but it would fall right there and then it has like a little bit of a push and it ends up going around. And that's of course advantageous to the plants to expose themselves to the sunlight and keep their like stomagates. I don't have the right name, but it's the parts of the leaves that like open and close, clear of dust particles. Pretty fantastic.
So that does kind of give a hint that like trees might actually sense us electromagnetically from a ways.
I've been getting into this
Like, come on.
Well,
Like-
I mean, are you familiar with electromagnetic induction? You know?
Say more.
Yeah. So
more, not less, yeah.
when something that is like, you might have seen it in like high school physics, when a magnet is accelerated and next to other magnetic metals, it induces a current in them. And like Michael Faraday, who like coined electromagnetism by Western knowledge,
The Faraday cage.
yeah, the Faraday cage and that, he called it like strange ghostly action at a distance was his first name for magnetism. But it's like you could have a copper coil like this, and if you had like a piece of iron that was magnetic, and it was just staying in the middle, it wouldn't do anything, but if you shake it side to side, it'll induce a field in this. And if you connected these wires to a light bulb that were coming around this coil, whenever you shook this side to side, you would turn on the light bulb. As you induce electromagnetic current, is like induction induced by the movement of this. And another way that happens is if you had like a long wire and you're like, so you're flowing electricity through it, like we do all over the city to bring electricity from power plants to houses. In a circle around that wire is an electromagnetic field that if you put a magnet in it, it would be like pushed almost in a circle around it. But like nothing gets entrained like that because it's not strong enough. But there's like a presence of that.
Yeah.
And then there's like, it's speculatory from here, but our nervous system action, you know, is electromagnetic signals moving through our bodies, which induce a force on things that are other things that are electromagnetically sensitive nearby. You know?
Like what? Like a phone, or are you talking like?
I'm talking even more minute, more biological.
Okay.
That like when I send my hand to the signal to close, you know, and there's like some system in here that connects to this and like activates those muscles.
Right.
Like that movement of electricity induces a magnetic field around it that your body has co-evolved with. You know, all animals, all life on Earth with nervous systems has co-evolved in the presence of other animals. Be that, and I would point out the hyper relevance for survival and like expression of life, of like what the vibes of other people around you, you know, other people and other animals, predators and prey.
Yeah.
And just like that sense of safety, and you know, like all animals, like if you have close interactions with pets, you see like dogs pick up on how you're feeling and all that.
Yeah.
And emotions carry electromagnetic signatures in the brain, and like people have done those brain sensing things,
the glass
maybe
brain,
EKGs
kind of like
or something. And there's like different operating patterns of like electromagnetic of electricity moving through the nerves in the brain. And the leap here is that like the force of that is incredibly minute. It like decays just like gravity does in an inverse square relationship from like a little bit of electricity moving here to exuding.
Exponential decrease as you move out with distance.
Right. Yeah. So it seems like a leap that there's any biological mechanisms that could minutely enough detect the forces in your body that could detect the forces of induced from the movement of electricity in my mind,
because it's minimal, right? I mean, but
exactly. However, like sea turtles and so many animals have demonstrated, you know, electromagnetic alignment with the Earth's magnetic field.
Right, they can see, like, and let's talk about salmon finding their way back to a very precise location. Sharks, other things will use electromagnetism in their navigation. So, and you hear this a lot in like this type of a community, and who knows if it's confirmed or not, but people be like, hey, did you know the heart's magnetic field extends many feet beyond the body? Some would even go as far as to say miles.
Depends on the person.
Depends on the person, and depends, like, you know, and it might be like a trailing minutia out the further you go based on these sort of physics principles where electromagnetism decreases exponentially. However, it's there, and like, who knows like how sensitive different types of beings are to that, especially a tree that's not distracted by a bunch of movement. It's just like, what is it using to sense the world around it? Could be feeling your electromagnetic signal from a ways.
Totally. And I personally experienced like telepathic action where I understand someone without them speaking, and like in a depth that's like unrecognizable to me, or like in a way where I'm like, where'd that come from? I find that as a plausible mechanism for that to happen through, and which is just like fun speculation of like. There's another interesting point about like the culture that we're coming from, that is like the scientific culture, the culture that I'm coming from, what I was raised in. It's like, it doesn't want to believe anything unless the mechanisms of it are explained. And like, in fact, will deny people's realities if they do not understand the mechanisms through which they could have occurred.
Well said. That needed to be said.
Thank you.
That needed to right there.
So
that piece.
There was a lot of speculation on the mechanisms of this action. Like, regardless of the mechanism, I think it's important still to like really listen and validate the experiences of others.
And birds, they got electromagnetism, right? They have a compass in their brain, right?
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
That's definitely a mechanism we're aware of. And then it's like, but then, like you said, it's like science loves like science. The mainstream sort of like perspective with science is to be highly denialist about like an individual's experience and just chalk it up to y'all tripping out there or something. Like, y'all, that's a subjective wishful thinking. It just kind of like, and I think we're seeing that evolve in this culture for sure. Is like getting curious about, okay, that's a consistent thing we're hearing.
And as we become better at articulating our experiences and putting it in languages that other groups can understand, you know, other cultures. That's another point I love, just that like microcultures develop, and in our like technologically connected age, they're not geographically conformed. And just recognizing that, like, even though we might be neighbors, we might come from totally different cultures. Even though we might look the same, we might come from totally different cultures. So, and like communication's number one as far as getting along. Yeah.
Bro, this is like such a sweet deep dive that, like, I guess that it just kind of like flowed into a morning podcast that
We've been looking for.
We were actually gonna drive down together and do this the whole way, or at least half the way. Yeah, dude, I'm glad the moment came.
Yeah, me too.
You know. Wow.
Well, I told Indigo I'd go find her, so she's right over here.
I'm just over here third wheeling. You guys.
You're this is it. Equal wheel all the way, dude. You're an incredible man. I'm stoked to know you more. Yeah.
I know. I actually realized I left my sunglasses somewhere, so I managed to retrace my steps.
Sounds good.
Try to find it and get a little sunscreen on too. UVs are out today.
Honey washed it, he 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 honey washed it. Honey wachielo, honey wachielo, honey wachielo. Wani wachielo, 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 wani wachielo. Life. Thank you, Spirit, for another day on earth in this body. What a beautiful miracle. May I not take a second for granted, waiting for anything more than my own self in every moment, choosing to make the most of it. That's my prayer for today. On this birthday, I pray for everyone here to receive their highest timeline, please, just the highest one. If you were skimping a little bit, on like, just please, just with a bit of grace, let everyone here just like experience the new way, experience the possibilities beyond the limiting belief systems they held about how life had to be, experience the miracle and the divine grace and benevolence of what a high vibrational frequency can really do for their lives. Have you tried a high vibrational frequency and what it can do for your life? Well, I think you just gotta sing a song fully, or think about something you're really grateful for. Gather around a fire with your best friends. Go to a festival. And don't forget to praise the living shit out of creation. That's my word for the youth of today.
Someone needed to hear this and see this.
So what are we gonna do today? How are we gonna get super turned up in the spirit?
I mean, we're off to a very turned up start, I think. I feel. The sun's like just beaming at us, like let's go.
Like just bonking on us.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Bonk, bonk.
Dude.
You feeling that? You got the flannel.
No, I'm feeling.
But like my arms
Oh shit,
bonked
okay.
on, just
I'm ready to take the flannel off. I think it's time.
Yeah, because you can afford it. You're not white like me.
Yo, for all the humans one's out there. This is brother Adionai.
Yo, you already know what it is.
Adionai
Come on.
Beth.
This is the fucking bro right here.
This is the bro. It's his birthday right here, right
Like,
now.
This is me. Like, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do with it. Slap me around a few times. I don't care. But do it with love. If you need to go somewhere else because it's too much, do that. I'm gonna keep being me. That's my new declaration on this day.
Oh.
If you don't fucking like it, then God bless you. I'm no longer worried about that. I've decided today I'm gonna stop caring about being liked by everyone. And like, I'm always here to hear feedback of how you know how I come across, how I trigger you. That's cool. But I'm only gonna take it on because it resonates, not because I want your approval. Because what's more important is God's approval, and God has given us this life for us to utilize and make full permission to take space inside of. And when we choose ourselves and we choose our authentic expression from love and from the heart, for all you people out there that will never see this,
He's making fun of me because I have a hard time publishing these. Like, I need help. If someone sees this that wants to help a brother out publishing stuff with people that really feel their hearts like this, and this culture we're seeing here, I do need help. You're gonna see this. You're seeing this, so it made it out there. If you're seeing this, we made it. Yeah.
what's important is that you love you, okay? No one told you that today. Let me be the one. Love feeling the being of you. Love being the feeling of you. Find new ways to feel the awesomeness of yourself. And validate that for yourself in the experience of itself. And then welcome other people into it. Not because you need other people's validation for you being you. Not because you're doing it for them, but because you're doing it with them, because it feels awesome for you.
Full
That's
sentence.
my prerogative, and I'm gonna stand by it.
Boom, boom, anchored.
A little scratch in my nuts just to seal it in.
Yeah, seal it into your balls.
Just so it's living.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
just living ball sack.
If you're finding this, like, you know, maybe 10, 20 years from now, whatever, like, and, you know, AI has, like, linked all these videos together, this is Adi, just, like, watch all of them. There's a lot in the trove. There's a lot. And when it's time. It's time,
It's time the world will be ready.
Yeah, the world will be ready.
Right now, you guys keep sleeping. Keep sleeping on me. See what happens. Good luck. Good luck getting through the new earth, sleeping on me. Good luck.
You'll get to know his humor. He means, you know, he loves you. Wake up with him. Wake up with yourself. Wake him up too. He goes to sleep sometimes. Yeah.
Wake me up, please, with love and money. Wake me up with love and money. Give me unconditional love without attachments, and just throw your money at me so I can keep doing this. Wake my ass up, please. Call for help. Cry for help.
Heard. Adionai Beth, right there. We'll keep coming back. There's a lot more where that came from. Adionai is one of my dearest soul brothers in this whole journey. Sometimes we trigger the fuck out of each other, but it's all love. You know, it's deep love, and we love each other. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's that real. And Tree is here. We probably got to end this like morning flow podcast through the festival, but I'm just like, it was a very beautiful soul that's just arrived. Oh my God, we all love Tree. Sacred, silly.
And Tree loves everyone.
Yeah. I think it's funny because earlier, like, Rye was like deep in it with like the science of like, I want to say like, how the combustion of fire and everything. And all of a sudden he's just like, Tree. Then we go back to it, and I just want to explain that it wasn't just he was looking over at a tree at that moment. This was actually this being right here. That's why everybody lit up and said Tree.
Sending love to all beings that get to witness this beautiful moment in time and celebrate the sacredness of what it is to come home to each other and celebrate one another's existence.
Love this soul sister so much. She's just like there through and through for so many people, holding it down at the sacred fire that you now know what that is, since we've been dropping in deep on what that is. And she'll be up till 5, 6 in the morning, 7 through the rain, whatever. We're still singing. Really, really takes it to heart, this like mission of creating a safe and beautiful space for people to go in their prayer, go deep with their song, with their hearts. And so yeah, you'll see if you go to a festival sometime. Don't be surprised.
Come see
if you
me by the
Tree.
fire. I'll celebrate you and however your authentic expression is in the moment. Yeah,
Thanks for
sacred
fire
as we are.
tending.
With love, with love.
Oh, perfect way to end this. A tree. Okay, blessings, familia. Now I'm off duty for a bit from this film flow. Although I say that, watch, I might just be right back. But the battery dictates that I set this thing down. There's like a few percent left. Once in a while, this camera will literally delete the entire file if it dies while I'm filming, so I don't want to risk that. So we go and end this broadcast and take off this shirt because it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Feel the sun on my skin. And we're back where we started here. Oh, nice. Rise at our camp. So Rise from Seattle, like really dear. Yo. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, we've been dropping in. I was just like putting a bow.
Oh, that makes sense.
I was just putting a bow on this. It's the same clip from where we started.
What do you
Chachi and stuff this morning.
Oh, what? No way! That makes me happy.
We had a really good long one about the sacred fire. And
Wow.
also about Jonna participated in this Slavic water blessing.
Whoa, yeah, she told me about that.
Yeah. I was sharing about that.
So yeah, we went deep. We obviously went super deep. We learned about chi.
Ryan, I'm wondering if it would be possible to charge my charger in your car because you have the adapter.
Do you want me to just give you the adapter for a bit?
Yeah, that works.
My car, like when it's off, it won't charge. It has to be running.
I think mine will too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna just wrap this up. Love you so much, and blessings, blessings, blessings. Come to a fucking festival, please. Like, if you're this deep in this, and you haven't yet been to one of these, and even if you have, I'm telling you, it's about the small festivals, in my opinion. Like, Burning Man you'll find this too at Burning Man. It's just at a huge scale. These places, you keep running into the same people. These are, anywhere from like a few hundred to, I think this one might have 1,000, 2,000 people, but it's like, it's so sweet. You really get to go deep with people. Okay, I love you. It's been nice going deep with you. If this has, I really want to, I make these, I share these videos when I manage to share them. Yes, Brother Adi gives me shit all the time that I like never publish these, because it's just like, I love filming and I need to, hey, something I'm calling in, if you like, feel like you connect with this, I'm looking for like co-pilots, collaborators to like get this work out to the world, because I want all these people to be seen. They're so beautiful. This culture to be seen, this journey to be, to allow, give sort of a doorway and pathway for people that maybe didn't know what this was or that this was, to get an opportunity to participate and like find themselves, like go on a quest with us. So if you resonated a bunch, just reach out to me. People here call me Lionijah, Lionijah. But you can find me on like the social media things. My full name is Derrick, D-A-R-R-I-C-K, Derrick.Lionijah, Lionijah. Morrison, Morrison. That's my last name, Derrick Lionijah Morrison. So yeah, I think on YouTube it's just Lionijah, but find me, connect to me, reach out on any and all platforms. We're weaving something this is a prophecy that's literally weaving through all of us. So if that's resonating, reach out to me. I'm going to do my best to leave information about each person that spoke here so you can find them. Maybe they were the one that resonated for you. My intention is to just be a hub of connection through these storytelling sojourns, journeys. Thank you for being and journeying with me here, with yourself. Can't wait to meet you. And if we already have, yo, love you, soul fam. Love you.